Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another episode of the Morale Booster with John Ughulu. And today I have with me another powerful guest. Her name is Beata SewerynReid. Beata, did I get it right?
You got it right.
Oh, I tried my best. Thank you so much. So Beata is an in-demand change and transition coach. She is an international speaker and a change maker. So that tells you the quality and the caliber of guest I've brought to you today. So Beata, thank you for joining me on the show.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much, John.
It's my pleasure having you on the program. So Beata, before I go in depth into the questions I have for you today, I want to remind those of my listeners and viewers who are currently watching this program via YouTube, and those of you who are currently listening via podcast, to please remember to share this program, share and like it, because you might just be saving the life of that one person who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear this message. Thank you. So Beata, thank you for joining me on the program. My listeners and my viewers are eager to know who this beautiful lady, this change agent is, and what you do and how you come about what you do. Can you please tell us, Beata?
Absolutely. So like you already said, I work with people and around change and transition. I'm a life coach, transformational life coach, and significant change is just what we experience right now, with pandemic. So it's what I do. I empower people to take their lives in their own hands instead of waiting for some push or for some unexpected event that usually is making us to move forward with our dreams. And my focus is on mindset. So we empower their thinking to focus on their strengths and their ability to overcome challenges successfully. Because when you look at yourself, when you look at your life, I'm sure you have evidence, you always have evidence that you overcome every single challenge that showed up in your life. But sometimes we have this freaking doubt in ourselves. And when we are presented with change, we are like, oh, what to do now? Oh my gosh, It's end of the world. I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna survive. And it's not true. So yes, our mindset is fun. It creates so many crazy stories that most of the time are not even ours or not true.
Right, that's great. I love that mindset. You know, the mindset is the bedrock of what we can achieve in life. The mindset is what would send signals of fear to the subconscious mind. The mindset is what would determine if you would be able to overcome that fear. The mindset is the thing that would determine if you would just sit down and look. I love what you're doing, Beata. And you know the world needs people like you more than ever before, especially because of what we're going through in recent times. Thank you for what you're doing. Keep shining your light. You know, now this takes me to the next question, Beata. What motivated you to become an entrepreneur? First of all, not a speaker. You know, I know typically we all, first of all, in most cases, we all first of all start by being regular employees before we get into entrepreneurship. But what motivated you to become an entrepreneur?
Absolutely. Great question. So I'm going to reveal a little bit of the secret because everyone can hear my accent. And so I'm originally from Poland, no more secrets, and I live in the US. So I came to the US, my goodness, 2011, with a big dream to create new life. I was not happy in my life back in Poland. It's personal and career, nothing was working. So I created a story that if I go to United States, if I cross this ocean, all my struggles gonna stay in Poland and I'm just gonna start this awesome life. Come on, US,
Right.
Mine is just on the growing on the trees. Dreams come true like instantly. So here I am, 2011. I'm in United States, starting my new life, new career.
Right.
You know, it's everything. It's like starting over.
Right.
And I was not aware at that time that it's everything gonna be new, and kind of got into shock, the cultural shock. And I started feeling I had a great job. I worked for a 5-star resort. I was in a guest services. And I always wanted to serve people.
Right.
But after a while, I realized that I still feel empty, that I feel burnout. And this service that I'm delivering, it was great service. Oh my gosh, I love it. Love kind of what I do, but I didn't feel it anymore. I was like, it's not why I am here. And it was the time when I reached out to coach, because when one part of your life is not working, none of the others usually. So my relationships, my career was just terrible. Like on the inside, I felt like my life is over. Like if there is nothing more, there is no point to live. It's how I was thinking at that time. And like I said, I reached out to coach. I knew that I cannot handle that anymore on my own. And like Les Brown says, it's hard to see from the inside of the frame, the whole picture. You cannot see from when you're on the inside of the frame. So I was like, okay, I need somebody else to see what can I do. And it was the catalyst for change, for my inner change, because you all have to remember that any change on the outside world, any circumstances that you want to change, starts within you. When you change, everything else around is gonna change for you. And it's just a small story, the piece of the story. It's so long, but we don't have that much time here. So my coach basically showed me where I'm talking BS to myself, the bullshit stories. I don't know if I can use that word in here. So I was limiting myself by telling myself that I'm not enough. I cannot do what other people can in United States because I'm foreigner, because I have accent, and I was limiting myself. So my mindset was so stopping me from achieving my dreams.
Right.
And it's when I decided, and I changed, like I said just a second ago, that the change happens within you. And one day I was in the process of coaching. I was working still 9 to 5, and people were saying, wow, something is different about you. You are like glowing. You are happy without a reason. Did you change your makeup or haircut? I said, no. Oh, wow, what's going on? Yeah. So I started to pay attention, because I didn't change anything on the outside, just my heart, my mindset was changing, and I was starting looking at the outside world through the different lenses, more positive lenses. And I stopped taking stuff personally. And it's when you also start seeing opportunities. It was the time when I decided that, wow, all these people, they hardly ever smile. They are all complaining. I can help them find themselves, to change their focus. And it's when I certified as a coach as well, and started my own business.
Wow, that's awesome. You've got a very great story that resonates with me. And I know that story would also resonate with a lot of my listeners. You said you came into the US as an immigrant from Poland, wanting to be part of the American dream. That's something a lot of people struggle with. They believe when they are immigrants in the United States that their potentials are limited.
Yes.
But your story today is an indication and proof that it is possible. All you need is to be around the right people, have the right mindset, and take action. And, Albert Einstein said, insanity is when you do the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. You knew you had some limiting beliefs in you, and you knew you needed coaching. I know a lot of people who have issues with accents. They feel their accent is a limit, is a barrier. But this is one thing I want to tell everybody listening to me right now. If you have an accent, then you have something worth more than gold. Your accent is golden. Your accent is what makes you unique. Your accent is that thing that will put you out there. That's the reason why people will pay attention to you first. Am I right, Beata?
Absolutely, 100%. It's what is stopping many foreigners, many immigrants from achieving their dreams, because we believe that we are less. Basically, it was feeling less than everyone else around you. And yes, the accent is, and it also, without a mentor, I would not realize that my accent is my unique, great gift that I can offer to others. I have even client that said, oh my gosh, I had a couple coaches, but because of your accent, I focus more on what you're saying, because sometimes we also, we distracted. We are saying, oh yeah. And we are not really not hearing. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've got my accent as an attribute to my success.
Right. That's great. That's one thing I admire about you. You took, advantage of the fact that you had all you needed to step out of that shyness, to step out of that limiting belief, to step up out of that place that was making you uncomfortable. To those people listening, your accent is golden. People pay a lot of money to gain attention, but you have it for free. When you speak, everybody wants to hear. So you should always go out prepared. Am I right, Beata?
Yes, your voice matters, and your accent is just like a cherry on the top of the cake.
I get it. So you faced a few challenges, which were in most cases your own personal limiting beliefs. And to that young man or that young woman who is an immigrant out there listening to you, what's your advice to them? Those people who just got into the country and have big dreams, but the people they found themselves hanging around all have small dreams. What's your advice?
Wow, great question, because so many people, especially now, are living the misplaced lives because somebody back in a time, or they move to different country and they don't feel confident. They are limiting their dreams to the outside circumstances. It's what I did. And, it's so sad, because if we don't build our own dreams and if we don't follow them, someone else is going to hire us to build it for them. And if wherever you are in your life right now, I want you to check with yourself. Is it because, working for someone else can be beautiful and fulfilling as well. But I want you to check with deep in your heart. Is it what you feel? Are you still fulfilled with what you are doing? Because if there is even a small inch of doubt, it means that there is something greater for you, that you have a gift that you are not sharing with the world at the moment. And there are always adversity. There is always something challenging us in life. But in every challenge, there is opportunity. There is opportunity for you to, first of all, fulfill your dreams. Second, share your gift with the others. And when we share our gifts with the others, we impact. It's like the butterfly effect, the ripple effect. So it's my dream, and I work on it every day. If I touch only one person with my message, I'm fulfilled, because I know that one person just gonna go and impact their families, their coworkers, and it's just gonna change the entire world. And it's what we need at the moment. Yes, the world needs you, your uniqueness, your accent, whatever is unique about you, and your dream, because whatever your dream is, it's important. So find the courage. And if I don't know how much time we have left, but
We have time.
Yes, if I can share 3 steps that can help you with following your dreams. First, and I love your quote that you said before, get clear. What is your dream? What is that is your heart is desiring, that when you hear it, or it's already like, oh my gosh, I could do it and 24/7. So this is your dream. And you use this beautiful quote that if you don't know where you are going, it doesn't matter what path you're gonna choose. I also like the other saying that sometimes when we follow our dreams, we have to do different things like the other people's want, so we can live the lives that other people want.
Right.
And so this is the first step. Get clear, where are you? How did you get here? And where you want to take yourself and your dream from now on. And second, confidence. Be confident and believe in your dream, in your goal that you have up front of you, because nobody else will if you don't. And when I say be confident, believe that you're gonna figure this out. Find mentors, surround yourself with people, quality people, as Les Brown says. Yes, surround yourself with quality people that will lift you up and don't shrink your thinking, your dreams. And so the second step, first was clarity, second is confidence and in yourself, and third, courage. Have courage to act on your dreams. Without your action, without you taking steps, nothing is going to happen, because dreams don't work unless we do.
Right.
So if you go through these 3 steps, I'm sure you will have the power and you will know what resources you need to start your dream. And now is the best time to do it.
Yeah.
When is the other time? Future is not promised. Past is already behind you. So what you waiting for? Start now. Start today. Start where you are. Use what you have, and do not stop until you get there.
Wow, that's powerful. You dropped some powerful nuggets here. I took down a lot of things, but I'll just touch a few. You said, for as long as there is any form of doubt, it means that thing is great. It means it is great. I loved that when you said it. Because when you're doing things that are normal, that are ordinary, that you already have the answers to, that becomes too easy for you. And just know that that part has already been explored by too many others. And that's your comfort zone. And we've been taught to always stretch ourselves out of our comfort zone. So I love that. For as long as there is any form of doubt, it means there is greatness somewhere in there. So you have to go for it. I like that. Then you said we should always strive to fulfill our dreams and share the dreams. Share the results or whatever we achieve with others. That is greatness. I love that. Then you gave us 3 steps, Beata, beautiful steps. You said we have to be clear about our dreams. So to everybody listening to this program, we still have Beata telling us how to live our lives, how to chase our dreams. So pay attention to the 3 steps she gave to us. She said we have to be clear about our dreams. We have to be confident in ourselves and the dreams and the vision. Then lastly, we must be courageous. We must have the courage to take action. Because if you adhere to the first 2 steps, and you are not courageous enough to take action, it's like you wasting your time. Am I right, Beata?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for those steps. So now, we're going through a pandemic, and so many people have lost their jobs. People have lost loved ones, and some businesses have closed. They've closed off. So, what's your advice for those people who fall into these three categories?
Wow, that is a really challenging time. And the beauty, even it sounds crazy, is that we all go through it at the same time. So there is no excuse for any of us that, oh, but this person was not touched by life as bad as me. No, we are in it together.
Right.
And as Zig Ziglar says, adversity is what you have to face, you need to face in order to become successful. And it doesn't matter if it's in a business or in a personal life.
Right.
So find opportunity and gift in what you are presented with right now. I know it sucks. It sucks when you lose a job. My stepson just lost a job, but does that mean that it's over? He is healthy. He's young. He can apply. He has hands. He's smart. He can apply for other ones because there are jobs. Or maybe you are presented with this gift that you would never approach, opening your own business and following your own dreams. What we are talking with John all through all this time, approaching your own dreams and building your own business. Because if this pandemic would not, sometimes the God is giving us a push because we would never be ready to start and step on our own dreams.
Right.
So I think my advice is look in the opportunity that the adversity presents to you. Because if we look at all successful people in the world, not only in your small circle,
Right.
they all first face adversity before they approach success. So be patient with yourself. Take care of yourself, because mental health is here very important. And I will go back to the most important thing. Surround yourself with quality people, mentors that will help you, will uplift you when you feel down. Because freaking fear, the smallest word in the world, is the most impactful in our life. And it's what we all experience right now. We are fearful that the future that we thought is safe, now it's very uncertain. But an uncertainty usually is the step for you to something bigger, to something that you had no clue that you can achieve. But here I'm going to go again. You have to take action on it. There is nothing going to happen. Your dream won't come true. And like I have to say that once in a time, I thought that if I just be working, everything will be presented on the silver plate for me. But it's not true. You actually have to go and find the silver plate and take responsibility for where you are going. So if you are in the place where your marriage is falling, you lost a job, I would direct you to what was your dream before all of that happened.
Right.
What is the life and these times are telling you that you should redirect your focus on the good and the greatness of what you can create with what you have right now, instead of the issues that are presented to you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for those great tips. If you're listening to the program, it's still Beata Reid in the building. So Beata, thank you so much. You've done so well. And for everybody listening to the program via podcast and watching via YouTube, please remember to like and share, because you might just be saving the life of that one person who has been waiting for so long to hear this message. And I thank you all for staying connected. Beata, how can my listeners and my audience contact you? Do you have a particular set of clients you work with, or you work with everybody?
I work with everyone who feels like they are stuck and that the change that they are facing at the moment is bigger than their potential,
Okay.
or with people who are seeking for a change, but they don't know how to start it.
Okay, that's great. So on what social media platforms are you very active on?
Facebook, you can find me under my name. You can find me on Instagram as well. And of course, I have website, and it's just BEATA, beatalifecoaching.com. BEATA lifecoaching.com.
Awesome. So if you want to reach out to Beata, you can reach out to her via her website, which is beatalifecoaching.com, right?
Right.
Okay. And she's also active on Facebook and Instagram. So you can look her up using her name as it's currently being displayed on the screen, and send her a message. She'll be more than willing to walk you through the steps on how you can become unstuck from limiting beliefs. Am I right, Beata?
You're right.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So before we go, I would like to drop a last, word for my listeners out there. No matter what you're going through, always remember that you have the gift of life. Some people couldn't see daylight, despite the fact that they had plans last night before going to bed. But unfortunately, they didn't wake up. They are no longer alive. But you can hear the advice we are giving you now. You can hear the tips we are giving you. You can hear our voices because you are alive. So you have the best gift of life. When there is life, there is hope. There's no such thing as lack of resources, but only lack of ideas. So when you feel stuck, when you feel you have tried everything that you know to move your life forward and it's not working, this is the time for you to try something different. Reach out to a coach. Reach out to somebody who can be an accountability partner, not necessarily your family member, because we have trained coaches like Beata who have the tools required to work with you and provide you with every step and every form of accountability that will take you closer to your goals. So please do something different this time around, and your life will never remain the same. Remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Thank you all for listening. And Beata, thank you for coming on the program. And I look forward to having you on so many other episodes in the future.
Thank you so much, John. And everyone, thank you. Please share this message. Please share and spread the word about this particular show, because John is delivering such a powerful message through speakers that he's inviting to. So it's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Don't wait until the day when you find out that you're dying. Live today. Today is the time.
Yes, thank you. Live today like it's the last. Okay. All right, guys, everybody, please like and share. Thank you and have a great day. Bye, everybody.
Bye.